Hey you guys, it's Leslie with Phat Cat Flossing. I'm back, better late than never, right? And I got bunches to talk about, so I'll get started. It's Friday the 13th. It's a little scary for me. I took took kittens to the vet this morning. Prayed all the way there and all the way back because I was just waiting for the catastrophe to jump up and bite me in the butt. But so far, so good. But anyway, today is Friday, July 13th, 2018. See, for once I actually knew what day it was. I'm ahead of my game today, which is good because I got up with a sore throat and a runny nose, so I'm hoping that's going to resolve. But anyway, welcome back, y'all. If you're coming back to see more of the crazy for more than one time, and if you're new, welcome to the crazy. I'm moving that forward so y'all can see my stuff a little better. Probably don't want to see me any better. But anyway, welcome to my channel. This is Phat Cat Flossing because I'm a crazy cat lady who likes to stitch. And let's see, what all did I want to talk about? Life updates. Boy, I've been busy. I've got kittens. The oldest babies, for those who care about the cats, the oldest babies, because I breed and show Burman cats, the oldest ones are 14 weeks old. They will be leaving right around August 1st to go to their new homes. A couple of them are flying out to Idaho, I think, on August 1st. And the other little boy is, or one of the other little boys is going to Tulsa. His new mom is coming to pick him up, I think, on the 31st. And then the fourth little boy, I'm going to a show in Mesquite, Texas on July 28th. And his new parents are from Texas, so I'm going to take him with me, and they're going to meet me there instead of driving all the way to Arkansas. The next younger babies are 5 and 6 weeks old, and probably when I get done with this video, I'm going to go liberate them from the playpen. They have been successfully pottying in the potty box, yay kittens, for the last several days, so I think they're going to get the run of the kitten room now. And they are so cute, y'all. I'll try to get some video maybe tomorrow when I get a chance. I have been, like I said, up to my ass in alligators. But anyway, and then last Friday, so they are a week old today, Maddie had 4 kittens. They started out a little small. They were all, I think they were 68 to 74 grams at birth, and my average kittens are about 90 grams. So they were small. And they have continued to be a little small, but they're all gaining several grams per day and doing well. I think we have 3 girls and a boy. And then Sunday night, we went out to dinner for my birthday, and I was not expecting Sky to be due yet because she had been at my best friend's house to be bred, and Charlotte told me she shouldn't be due till the end of July. Well, I came home from dinner, and Sky had babies. But she did a good job on her own. We lost one, was stillborn, and that's not real unusual, and it looked like he'd probably been gone for a few days. But the other little boy and little girl are doing great. So I've got new babies again. And I don't have any other girls pregnant right now. I'm still waiting for Oreo to learn to do his job. He has not quite figured it out yet. So fingers crossed he discovers he's a boy soon, because I have a couple more girls I'd really like to get bred this year without hauling them to Texas to be bred. So cross your fingers for Ori. Think like, you know, oysters and testosterone at him. All the other kitties are doing great. No news is good news, right? So anyway, that's the kitty update. Other life news, been a busy week. My father-in-law had surgery. And the bad part about it, I mean, it was a minor procedure and he's doing great. But the bad news was my mother-in-law happened to get a horrible GI bug at the same time. So Steve and I ended up dealing with getting Dad surgery and, you know, getting his meds and all that kind of stuff. And JJ, fortunately, is doing better because I really thought we were going to end up with her in the hospital for dehydration, but she's perked up. So the in-laws are doing good now. Steve's doing good. He's at work. He's been busy. So he's looking forward to a weekend off. And I'm hoping we can go out when he gets home from work today and run our errands and get all that kind of stuff done. So I can sit on my fat tuchus all weekend and stitch. That sounds like a plan, right? So anyway, speaking of stitching, let's get started. I actually have 2 finishes to show you, or close enough I'm going to call them finishes. This is what I did for my best friend's birthday, which is the 16th. This is If a Garden Bloomed by Mosey and me. And it says, if a flower bloomed every time I thought of you, the whole world would be a garden. And all I have left to do to this is there are some little carrot buttons that go right here, and I need to attach the buttons, and then there's a little B button that goes right down here. So I need to sew the buttons on, and it'll be done. And then I think I'm going to finish it into a wall hanging. Like I said, I'm hoping we go into Fort Smith later today, and I'm going to run to Joann's and see if I can find some material that I like to finish that. But I think it came out cute. I hope she'll like it. So, cross your fingers. And then I actually had another finish. I haven't put this one on Instagram because Charlotte is on Instagram and I don't want her to see it yet. But my other finish was Liberty Lane by Country Cottage Needleworks. And I finished this last week, I think. Maybe last weekend. It's all run together now, I don't remember. But I loved stitching this. There was something about this piece that I just really, really enjoyed. It's 1/2 on 36 count something or other. Hold please, as Stephanie says. Witchelt 32 count vintage chocolate mocha. It's not 32, it's 36. But I'm very pleased with the way it came out. I looked through my stash of frames and I don't have, unfortunately, a frame that will fit it. So it's time to go thrifting again. But again, I'm just pleased as punch with how that came out. I love it. Oh, I finished it on July 3rd. I do know when I finished it because I got done before the 4th. So, very happy with that. And I'm going to give you an aside here. When I went looking this morning to pull everything together to do the video, I thought I had put this in the closet. And I couldn't find it. And I about pooped the proverbial hard square thing because I couldn't find it. And I was like, oh my God, the cat's drug it off somewhere. Whatever. So, anyway, this is my Poor Man's project roll. Got all of my stuff that I haven't framed yet in it. And all it is a piece of tubing like out of a gift wrap. And then I don't even know what this is from. But what I do is I roll it up in here and shove it in here to keep it together. Well, it's gotten fat enough that Liberty Lane really didn't fit. So I didn't put it in here. So when I couldn't find it a while ago and had a serious panic attack about that, I decided that it's time to take the plunge, and Vanna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher, has a wonderful tutorial on how to make a project roll. And I think that's going to be on my list for things I need to get accomplished tomorrow, because it's wouldn't be so limited in size as what my little cobble together thing here is. And you know, this is hours and hours and hours invested in this, and I love it, and I don't want anything to happen to it or any of my other stitching. So I will link Vanna's tutorial on how to make a project roll in the show notes below, so you don't have to have a panic attack like I did. So, and I am going to pass the stash on this. It's already been promised to somebody, and Leanne tells me that she will pass it along when she's done with it. So anyway, those were my 2 finishes. I was proud of myself. I actually got 2 things done. And the patriotic one before the 4th of July, even though it's not FFO'd. And the birthday one in time to get it FFO'd. And I'll take it to Texas with me the last weekend of July because I'll see Charlotte there. I do have a new start because, you know, I said I was going to do a birthday start. Actually, I have 2 new starts now that I think about it. By the way, the voting, I asked y'all on my last video to vote for which one you thought I should start, whether I should start Harvest Moon or Road to Bethlehem. And Harvest Moon won out by almost a 2-to-1 margin. So I did start this on my birthday. This is a Shepherd's Bush. It's basically a band sampler. And I'm a middle starter, so here's my start. This was, I guess, about 3 hours on my birthday last Wednesday, the 8th. No, last Sunday. I started it Sunday on my birthday. I'm so confused. But anyway, this is Harvest Moon by Shepherd's Bush, and I do have a small start on that. And I would like to get back to it if I, time would be a wonderful thing, right? So, thank y'all all for helping me decide what I wanted to do. And don't worry, Road to Bethlehem will be coming sooner or later. But I now have 2 big Shepherd's Bush products in the works, so I think I need to make a little progress on one of those. And then last Wednesday, the 4th, we're doing Julie from Gulf Coast Stitches and I are doing a sal on this. This is the Patriotic Sampler by Jeannette Douglas. And we have set up a hashtag and a Facebook page. And again, I'll link all that stuff below. And I have a very pathetic little start on this. Again, I am a center starter. And so that star there is just slightly off center, so that's where I started. So there's my one little star done. And I'm having real issues with this one because I can't get the damn thread. I had ordered the Glorianas and whatever else it is, Belsois maybe, from my L&S in Little Rock, and we're waiting on Gloriana to ship them. And I've been waiting now since the 1st of June for Gloriana to ship them. So I decided to take matters into my own hands. And let me preface this with, this is my personal experience. It may not reflect on the company as a whole, but I've had a very negative experience. When I heard from Anne the last week of June that she didn't think the silks were going to be in time for me to start by the 4th, I just decided to take matters into my own hands. And I have heard Julie from Reflections Framing here on YouTube talk about how much she likes Carrie's Creation silks. So on June 21st, I ordered, I think, 14, 15, 16 colors from there. I ordered what I thought would approximate what I needed to do the Patriotic Sampler, and then I ordered some others that I just thought were pretty colors. They're very, very reasonably priced compared to most silks, and I thought, well, I'll try them because I love to stitch with silk. How bad can it be? And I still have no idea of the quality of the thread. Yesterday was 3 weeks. I got a shipping notice I think it was last Thursday. I got a shipping notice with a tracking number. But when I try to track that number, the post office says they've never heard of it. The label has been generated, but it's never been checked in at a USPS facility. I emailed Carrie's Creations on Tuesday. So 72 hours later, and I have heard bupkis. So here's my word in your ear about that. The silks are probably wonderful. I mean, I would think Julie is a good judge of that. But I would buy those at your L&S because their customer responsiveness is somewhat lacking. So hopefully she'll get back to me and get it resolved soon. If I don't hear something from her very soon, I guess I'll contest it through PayPal because, her website says they ship in about 5 to 7 days. I'm 3 weeks in 1 day and I have no silks in my hot little hands. So anyway, hopefully they'll get back to me and we won't have to go that route. But if you want to try them, try to see if you can find a vendor instead of ordering direct from them because they seem to be less than responsive. And y'all excuse me 1 second. Anyway, moving on. Y'all know I'm a big sweewee person. I think it was Stitch M, that coined that phrase. Suits me perfectly because I'm all about just stitching what I feel like stitching. And oops, sorry, I left my pattern over here because that's what I was working on last night. 1 second. This is the Sally Spencer sampler from Birds of a Feather. And I started this around the 1st of May with Lynette from Homesteading on the Home Front, and Donna Ray Barrow, and Lori from Mischievous Stitches, and I think Sally Reno, Misty Purcell, Becky from Socks for Mom, and a number of other folks that I'm blanking on right now. And some of them have put me to shame and are finished. But let me tell you, what I have finished is those dadgum letters. Oh, I did not enjoy doing those letters. But they are done. And all I have left to do is come back down this side here, which pretty much mirrors this side. And then down at the bottom. So I think I'll be done with this in a couple of weeks. And I have also promised to pass the stash on this one to somebody. Because, you know, let's help each other out. And the original designer, I think it was Teresa Kitten Stitcher, who was talking about the lady that was the principal designer for Birds of a Feather, has passed away. So I don't feel like I'm taking anything away from anybody to pass that stash. So what else did I work on? I got a few stitches in on Welcome Spring from Brenda Gervais. And what I have done is finish most of the leaves and berries up here, and then begin the cart down here. I think the cart is all new since the last time y'all saw this. And I happen to love this. My problem is there are so many things that I love, and I want to stitch on them all. I'll sit there in the evenings and go, what can I work on tonight? What do I want? It's hard for me to decide which one I want to work on, because I want to work on all of them. So it's not hard to decide which one I want to work on. It's hard to decide which one I'm going to get to work on. Because, anyway. So many things I want to stitch. What else? Oh, Jackie from Cross My Stitches showed these on her last video, and I have bought these before, and she reminded me of them, and I went and bought a couple more. They are in like where the laundry stuff is, where the laundry baskets and the irons and all that kind of stuff is at Walmart. I don't personally use this top hanger thing. Jackie has put her fancy flosses on these rings and are actually hanging them up. My fancy flosses live, and those are very nice heavy duty rings, by the way. They're nicer than the binder rings you get in a package from like Office Depot. But I was gonna show you a little bit about how I store my some of my fancy flosses. These are my Victorian motto sampler threads, and all of my fancy flosses are in these little decorative boxes that you can get at, you know, Joann's or Hobby Lobby or Michael's or wherever. And they're just, you know, I've just taken a marker and written not so neatly on them what they are, and they're all on my shelf in my craft room. But, whoops. For a long time, I did just have all of my Victorian motto threads just loosely in the box. And I have gotten enough of them now. I think I've been getting them for 6 months-ish, I guess, maybe a little longer. I don't really remember. I do still love them. I think they are a great deal, and they are beautiful flosses. But what I have done is separate them into color families and just put each color family on a ring. So I've got greens, reds, orange, pinks, purples, neutrals, yellows and neutrals, I guess, or yellows, neutrals, blues. And what I have done is, Nancy is really good. If they have a DMC equivalent, she lists the DMC equivalent on the front here. So if they have a DMC equivalent, I have put them in numeric order by that DMC number. If they do not have a DMC number, like a lot of her threads don't because they're overdyed, she just gives them a name and tells you that there's no DMC equivalent, and then those are all just at the back. And a number of my, the last batch of stuff I kitted up, I guess from Mania, I pulled a whole lot of Victorian motto threads instead of fancy flosses because I had them, I wanted to use them. So those, when I put them in, when I pull stuff for a project, I put them in a floss away bag. And, you know, it's labeled with what they are. And then the floss away bags go on a smaller ring in each project bag. So this is one that I had pulled. I used this, whatever it is, Cottage yarn. It was the blue I used in the Liberty Lane project. So I'm not putting them in floss away bags until I pull them out to use them for a project, just because there's a lot of them and I don't want to do it. It's just a bad case of lazy. But they will eventually migrate into the floss away bags as they get used. So anyway, that's how I store. And all of my Gast and Weeks and Classic Colorworks and all of those are stored in exactly the same way on large rings. Those are not by color family. I do them alphabetically because it's just easier to find them that way. But they're in these same type of decorative boxes. So anyway, I've got so many stacks of stuff here, y'all. Sorry if I bumped the camera. And I'm sorry, I got a sore throat, so y'all pardon me again one moment. Anyway, thanks to Jackie Campbell for sharing these with us. They're relatively inexpensive. Again, you can find them at Walmart. They are a nice heavy-duty ring. So I thought those were a good deal. Okay, what else? Oh, I have haul this week. Stash Enhancements. On Tuesday, I went to Little Rock to the Shepherd's Needle, which is my more or less local LNS. It's about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours for me to get from Mulberry to Little Rock. But it is well worth the trip. And Anne is so kind. She's now on Instagram as Shepherd's Needle. So y'all go look her up and follow her. She's posting some cool stuff. I know, for instance, if you are in Arkansas in the Little Rock area, she's got a class coming up, I think week after next, I believe. It's a punch needle class, and I apologize, I don't remember the designer's name. But when I was there on Tuesday, she did still have openings, so you might look into that. If I didn't have so much going on right now and have to be out of town for a cat show, I would be going. But anyway, so I went to Little Rock on Tuesday for my birthday splurge, and I'm going to show you what I got. Now, most of these patterns I had already, but I've decided I'm going to try to kit stuff up as I can. So, like, I already had the pattern for Patriotic Poppies, which I just love. And while I was there, this is Weeks Dye Works 35 count. And I apologize that I don't know the name of the linen. She abbreviated it CG. I'll have to ask her what that is. But it's a very pretty neutral. I haven't pulled Flosses for that one yet. I got this pattern from Julie a while back. This is a Christmas sampler from Cottage Needleworks, and I just think it's beautiful. And I got a piece of 36 count R&R. And again, unfortunately, I don't know what the abbreviation of CR stands for. The called for linen was copper penny, which she did not have, and she thought this would be a good approximation. So, and I did a floss toss on it. Looks beautiful. And I also got a couple more. I am planning to do, let's see if I can do this without showing the pattern. The 'Tis the Season Sal from Blackbird Designs, which I believe we're starting on Labor Day. There's a Facebook group for it. Lynette from Homesteading on the Home Front is kind of heading that up. I will also link that below. But this is what I wanted, something not, I didn't want just white. This is Lakeside Linens vintage tarnished silver. And that's pretty true. It is a kind of a pewter gray color with a little bit of a purpley undertone to it. But I thought it was really pretty. And I am not using the call for threads. I pulled my Victorian motto threads for it. And what I did was just, I should have brought it along. I just took my DMC card because there is a DMC conversion listed. And I just looked up the colors on my DMC card, which I need to get a new one because I think I'm several thread releases behind. So I don't have all the colors on there. But anyway, these are my whoops. There they go. These are my Victorian motto threads that I pulled for this project. And I think it's going to look real pretty. That linen is showing up a little bit more purple than what it actually is. But I love this red. This is scarlet orange. And to me, it doesn't look orange at all. It looks just about the color of a cardinal, that brilliant, slightly orangey red color. But since that's the main part of the sampler, I was excited about using it. So anyway, I've got that kitted up and ready to start on Labor Day. I love cardinals. Cardinals were my mom's favorite bird. They make me think of her every time I see one. So that's kind of special to me. Sorry, I have so many stacks, I can't find anything. Another one I kitted up while I was there. And y'all, I apologize that I don't have a picture to show on this. If you look up Linda Jo Pretty Southern's Instagram, you can see pictures of her recent finish of, what's the name of it? Summer Jubilee, from the Souvenirs of Summer book by Blackbird Designs. This is an out-of-print book. I looked and 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 couldn't find it. I mean, I called LNS's across the country and could not find it. Couldn't find it on eBay, couldn't find it. You know, I tried all the secondary market things and was not to be had. Seems like I found one that somebody wanted like $130 for, and I just no. So a friend was kind enough to share her pattern with me, but my printer is out of color ink, so I have not printed the front of the book. So you just have to take my word for it and go. I have a cat that wants to get in the cabinets. Excuse the banging. Anyway, so I've made a copy so I don't mess up her original, and I didn't copy the front because no color ink. Another thing on my list to do today. But the linen I chose, this is a Picture This Plus Haunted. And I bought fancy flosses I did not have for this the other day, but they are safely put away right now. So that's what I'm going to do that on. And I'll show you why they're not. This is my bag from the Shepherd's Needle the other day. And I left this laying on my sewing table in the craft room and went in, and one of the cats had had their way with it. So fortunately they didn't chew up or swallow the floss, but I put the floss away after I found that. So anyway. And then the last thing I kitted up while I was there was, and this is another Sal. This is Christine from Stitch All the Things, and shoot, I can't remember the other young lady's name. They are co-hosting from Cottage Garden, Peace on Earth, this Sal. Again, a cardinal, a house, what's not to love? And for it, I got, this is Weeks Dye Works Platinum in a 36 count. And it's a lighter gray than that other one. But I really like the modeling in it. So, and I still have to pull threads for that one too. And I will probably go with a different color family of reds for this one, just because I've got that, you know, that scarlet orange for the other cardinal. So I will probably try to do something a little bit different. But anyway, now things I did not kit up, just that I just got while I was there. Anne has a bin of miscellaneous small cuts of linen. This is Weeks Dye Works Pear. It's a really pretty faded red in a 36 count. And this is a 9 by 13.5 piece. So I figured that would be good for a small, so I just thought that color was pretty. I don't have anything that color, so I grabbed that. And then I got 3 patterns because it's me and I wanted to. This is Blackbird Designs 3 stockings for April. And this one here, the one with the roses, is the reason I bought it, really. Although I think all three of them are very pretty. And I may or may not do these as ornaments. I don't know yet. They would actually fit on my tree because the kind of mauves and pale blues, and that would work on my tree because I don't do bright red and green. That's just not my aesthetic. But I love these. I think these are blue. I have never done any little bitty stockings like these. So stand by. I also grabbed, these are from, this is from Lila's Studios. And this is summer. And again, I just thought, I love birds and really pretty colors. So I grabbed that. And then the last thing I got was, wait for it, shepherd's bush. And it's just a little scissor fob or ornament or whatever. And I just thought it was extremely cute. And it says, Sweet Stitches. But anyway, and it's got all of the pieces, parts, everything in the bag. I also continued my birthday spree. I ordered some, Teresa Kitten Stitcher is now doing her own hand-dyed fabrics. I ordered a piece of that because it's gorgeous. Like everything she does. So I will also link her YouTube and her website below. And then everybody has been singing the praises of XG Designs. And I was actually looking, oh, I forgot to bring that in here. I was lucky enough to get a copy of Lady of the Flag, which I have wanted for years and years. And I am planning to start that on 9/11. And I was actually looking for some of the Constitution fabric from XG Design, from Jukas at XG Designs. And I couldn't find that, but I did find some other stuff in their Etsy store, so I ordered a couple of pieces of that linen too. Kind of miscellaneous stuff just to build up my linen stock. Because I have lots of threads, and I belong to a, I belong to a Fabric of the Month club too, but I've gotten real persnickety, y'all. I really want to stitch on higher count stuff, so my Fabric of the Month is 28 count. It's a beautiful picture of this plus fabric, but I just don't want to stitch on 28 count. So I'm going to sell all that stuff, but I just have to get organized, kind of get through the summer and crazy kitten time before I get that done. So anyway, that's all my haul and kitted up stuff. Let's talk project bags real quickly. I finally got my poop scraped together in one neat little place and got stuff over to my mother-in-law because she has the fancy machine embroidery thing. And she embroidered the tops of some of these for me. And I'm just, unless somebody says, I want that one, these are just going to be project bags for me. If you do want one, and she can embroider anything you want on the top, as long as it's like not obscene and it'll fit. So this one says Summer Love. It's just a pretty floral. This one says, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Something that's heard frequently at my house. This one says, animal crackers. Cluck, cluck. It's got chickens. And more chickens, Fat Bottom Girls. And again, I have enough material to make more of all of these, and certainly yours wouldn't have to say Fat Bottom Girls. It could say anything you wanted. I thought this was some of the prettiest fall fabric I have seen in a long, long time. I'm not a huge fall, autumn person. The golds and oranges and just not my favorite color palette. But this material, that teal color with that gold on it, I just thought it was awesome. And it says, it's fall, y'all. But again, it could say anything you wanted. Because I love bees, buzz. JJ left out the U, but yeah, buzz. That's cute. And then the last one, Châtain Paris. This is just a pretty French print. But I have enough to do several of all of those. This print is now discontinued. I think I have enough to make 3 or 4 more bags, and then when it's gone, it's gone. So if you're interested in project bags, I'll also put the link down below. You can email me, you can Instagram me, you can Go to my Phat Cat Flossing page, Facebook page, any of those ways if you want to order them. The bags with a plain front are $35 plus $4 shipping. If you want the top embroidered, JJ's charging $10 to do the embroidery, so it'd be $45 plus $4 postage. So, and then while I don't remember where I was the other day. Wherever I was buying the last of that French fabric, I saw this and I just thought it was so pretty. Look at the bees, y'all. Cool, huh? And then I thought it really looked pretty with that black. And then there's a beautiful black and gold paisley for the inside. And I think I've got enough to make 3 of these. If anybody wants the bee and the black and gold. And I, like so many people, love peacocks. Let me find one where you can actually see the peacock. Because that would not be the way it's folded, of course. Anyway, really pretty peacock. Really pretty upside down peacock. There we go. And for that one, I got, you could have either the darker blue or the coordinating floral on the top and the other one for the inside, whichever one floated your boat. And I think I have enough to make 3 of those also. So if you're interested in project bags, y'all just let me know. If you want the top embroidered, the lead time will be a little bit longer because JJ is the busiest retired person I have seen in my life. And it takes her about a week to get them back to me, give or take. And then I can buzz them up pretty, well, I say pretty quick. I'm quicker than I used to be, but I'm still about a 2-hour per bag person. But anyway, maybe a little more if I count in the ironing and interface and all that stuff. But anyway, what else? Oh, giveaway. On my last video, I asked you guys to vote for which one should be my birthday start, whether I should start Harvest Moon or The Road to Bethlehem, both of them by Shepherd's Bush. And about 2 to 1, the winner was Harvest Moon, and that's what I started on my birthday. And then I said anybody who commented would be eligible to win. It's the pattern. I set this way on purpose today. So that is the Earth Gatherers by Shepherd's Bush back there. It is the pattern only, and it is the worst for wear, but it's still perfectly serviceable. But it doesn't include the beads or the silks or the linen or anything. It is just the pattern. But the winner for that is Sandra Cubbins. And Sandra, when I get done with this and started uploading, I will go back and comment on your comment. And you can just let me know your mailing address, and I will get that in the mail to you. What else? Oh, Sal's. I do have Facebook pages for the Shepherd's Bush Stitch Along. Stitch anything you want that's Shepherd's Bush and stitch along with me. And also then Julie and I are doing the Jeannette Douglas Patriotic Sampler Stitch Along. And there's also a Facebook page and Instagram tag for that. And I will put all that in the show notes also. And then last but not least, this is Shepherd's Bush Scatter Hearts, which I finished a few weeks ago. And I'm going to pass the stash on this pattern to somebody. So comment and tell me what's your favorite Valentine thing. I know it's not the season for Valentine's, but you should stitch this for Valentine's. You'll have plenty of lead time. But anyway, Scatter Hearts from Shepherd's Bush. Tell me what your favorite thing about Valentine's Day is, or your favorite Valentine tradition. And I'll pull a winner before I, do the number generator thing, a hoopy, and pick a winner, and I'll send it wherever in the world. I may fold it, depending. If it's here in the U.S., I probably won't. If it's going abroad, I probably will, just because the shipping costs abroad are crazy. Y'all, sorry, hot flash city. Anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful stitchy week. I hope that you enjoyed the crazy today and all my shenanigans, and I hope that everything is just rosy for you on this Friday the 13th. Best of luck to everybody. Don't walk under any ladders. Somebody might drop a can of paint on you or something. You never know. Anyway, y'all have a great weekend. Love to you all. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.